All right, let's watch. Elon Musk reveals the new goals for
bought Twitter because he used Twitter. It's as simple as that, and he was infuriated by Twitter's effort to silence people on the internet. That's how strongly he believed in free speech. He paid $44 billion and immediately lost tens of billions of dollars doing it. And when he took over and looked behind the curtain, he discovered Twitter was really a tool of the global intel agencies to spy on people and emit propaganda. Here it is. You bought Twitter famously. You've got a lot of other businesses and a lot going on.
Yes.
You said you bought it because you believe in speech, free speech. You've had a lot of hassle since you bought it. And
yeah. Suck this immigrant billionaire's dick, Mr. White working class defender of rights. First of all, he didn't buy Twitter because he cared about free speech. He bought Twitter because he was forced to buy Twitter because he thought he could like meme his way out of it. Okay. Secondly, since then, he has not done a single thing that is remotely pro-free speech. How dare you?
in retrospect, was it worth buying it?
I mean, it remains to be seen as to whether this was financially smart. Currently, it is not. We just revalued the company at less than half of the acquisition price.
Did you really?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, my timing was terrible for when the offer was made, because it was right before advertising plummeted, and
you cut the high water mark, I noticed.
Yeah. So I must be a real genius here. My timing is amazing, since if I had bought it for at least twice as much as it should have been bought for. But some things are priceless, and so whether I lose money or not, that is a secondary issue compared to ensuring the strength of democracy, and free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy.
Yes.
And the speech needs to be as transparent and truthful as possible. So we've got a huge push.
No one forced you to buy it, dumbass. No. You're wrong. The Delaware courts absolutely forced him to buy it. So you're wrong. I mean, no one forced him to sign the contract originally. But certainly someone did force him to buy Twitter. That was the beautiful Delaware courts that said, no, you have to buy Twitter, or, like you said you would, or pay $1 billion to Twitter for violating the contract, which was awesome, because I'm not kidding. He would have been better off if he just paid off that $1 billion. I'm not even kidding. I'm almost certain that he would have been better off if he just paid that $1 billion and just fucking moved on. His net worth has been halved in the process. Not half, but like he's lost a significant chunk of his net worth in that process. He didn't actually have that option. No, I thought there was a contract violation penalty, which would have been higher than $1 billion in general. The $1 billion penalty wasn't just if he wanted to pull out. If it was only if something else came up that would stop it. Are you sure about that? Every one of these, every finance person I talked to said that there's always a carve out, and that they were speaking on it as though there certainly was a $1 billion penalty for like wasting someone's time. Man hasn't recovered to 40K viewers. Yeah, I should just stop doing what I'm doing. I can't believe I only have 29,581 viewers.
On Twitter to be as truthful as possible. We've got this community notes feature, which is great.
It is great.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I saw it this morning.
yeah.
It was far more honest than the New York Times.
It's great.
Yeah.
We put a lot of effort to ensuring that Community Notes does not get gamed or have biases. It is simply cares about what is the most accurate thing. And sometimes truth can be a little bit elusive, but you can still aspire to get closer to it.
Yes.
And so, and I think the effect of Community Notes is more powerful than people may realize, because once people know that they could get noted, community noted on Twitter, then they'll think more carefully about what they say. They are likely. It's an encouragement to be more truthful and less deceptive.
When you jumped into this, though, when you bought it, did you understand? Well, clearly you understood its importance. You wouldn't have bought it.
Twitter, yes.
Right, but it's not the biggest, but it's the most important of the social media companies. But
This man has been community noted more than anyone else. Like anytime he's not reposting some shitty 9gag meme after cleverly editing like the watermark out or whatever, cropping out the watermark. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. I take that back. Half the time, even his fucking shitty divorced dad memes get community noted because it features like some level of misinformation. He can't walk away from his deal to acquire Twitter by paying the agreed upon $1 billion breakup fee. It's not that simple. Oh, a reverse breakup fee paid from buyer to target applies if there's an outside reason a deal can't close, such as regulatory intermediation or third-party financing concerns. A buyer can also walk if there's fraud, assuming the discovery of incorrect information is so-called material adverse effect. That's why he tried to do the bot thing. So he would have ate the $1 billion punishment on top of but he would still need to find something. He would still need to find any reason to be able to break away from the contract, and he still would have paid the $1 billion fee, and he tried desperately to do so. And they couldn't fucking come up with a reasonable thing that provided material adverse effect. Because he knew that there were bots when he was buying. He very deliberately and very specifically said one of the biggest problems with Twitter is bots before he bought the fucking platform. And then he said, "Oh no, I'm 100% going to buy this platform, sign off." And then he tried to say, "Oh, the bots are actually a big problem." Bitch, you know the bots exist, you can't, and you signed off on it. You can't fucking turn around and now say, well, I know I signed off on the bots, the full knowledge that the bots exist, and said I would buy the platform regardless, but now I feel like the bot's existence is causing a material adverse effect. It's built into it. Its revenue is still the same.
But did you understand the kind of ferocity you'd be facing, the attacks you'd be facing from power centers in the country?
I thought there'd probably be some negative reactions, yes. So I'm sure everyone would not be pleased with it.
Man, this guy's such a champion of the workers. This Tucker Carlson guy, big champion of the working class. I'm always doing direct PR for one of the richest people on the planet, who was the richest person on the planet until he made this incredibly idiotic decision.
But at the end of the day, if the public is happy with it, that's what matters. And the public will speak with their actions.
The public is literally not happy with it.
If they find Twitter to be useful, they will use it more, and if they find it to be not useful, they will use it less. If they find it to be the best source of truth, I think they will use it more. Now there's obviously a lot of organizations that are used to having sort of unfettered influence on Twitter that no longer have that.
Well, you stripped the New York Times of their badge this morning, and then you called them diarrhea. You did. I'm just quoting you. You described their Twitter feed as diarrhea.
I said it was the Twitter equivalent of diarrhea.
Okay, it's not literally diarrhea, but
no, it's it's a metaphor, but an accurate one. So, I mean, if you look at at NY Times Twitter feed, it's unreadable. It's like because what they do is they tweet every single article, even the ones that are boring, even ones that don't make it into the paper. So,
dude, what is happening? Like, this fucking piece of shit was never even a good poster to begin with. Like, I mean, fuck the New York Times and fuck their Twitter page, but it's so odd that like who made him the guy who knows posts? Like what? Because he bought Twitter, like he automatically knows what good posts are? Like he's probably the most famous awful poster. God, I absolutely despise this, man. I hate how much people dick ride him still. People love dick riding mediocre shitheads, dude. I swear to God. This is probably what my haters think about me. Okay? I assume. When they're like, they see all of you guys defending me and supporting me, and they're like, fuck this Hasan guy. I hate him so much. I can't believe these motherfuckers like defend him. And you get like bloodthirsty. I get it. I understand. Where my fucking haters are coming from. Except the difference is like I am nowhere near as fucking omega cringe as Elon is, or as powerful. The reason why you hate me is because I'm very similar to you in many respects.
So it's just nonstop, is zillion tweets a day with no. They really should just be saying like, what are the top tweets?
Yes.
Like, what are the big stories of the day? I don't know. Put out like 10 or something. So some number that's manageable. As opposed to right now, if you were to follow NY Times on Twitter, you're going to get barraged with like hundreds of tweets a day.
Yeah.
And your whole feed will be filled with NY Times. So. This is something I would recommend actually for all publications, which is for your primary feed, only put out your best stuff. I think I know a thing or two about how to use Twitter because I was the most interacted with account on the whole system before the acquisition, before the acquisition closed. I didn't have the most number of followers, but I had the most number of interactions, and so I clearly know something about how to use Twitter. People's attention is limited.
I don't know what to say about this. Like, this is so pathetic. He said, I know a thing or two about engagement. I'm one of the most prolific users of the platform. Yes, bro, you're mentally ill. I say this as a mentally ill person who's also a prolific Twitter user who understands the platform very well. Why the fuck are you on Tucker Carlson and be like, dude, dog, you don't understand how mentally ill I am. Okay? My mental illness is out of control. It's crazy. Guess what, though? Out of two mentally ill people, only one person bought Twitter for $44 billion, a platform that is now worth half of that. Who now spends most of his time just posting epic memes that he found on 9gag.
limited. So just
on autism isn't a mental illness. Man, I'm not talking about autism. Okay? There are plenty of autistic people that don't fucking post. Okay? There's something else. There's a different kind of like insanity that forces you constantly to fucking post on Twitter. And I say forces, like you can't stop it.
just make sure you put the stuff that's most important there.
So because, you and people like you do interact on Twitter, it's obviously enormously powerful in shaping public opinion. It's where a lot of ideas and trends are incubated.
Yeah.
That's why you
Absolutely.
bought it. It's also a magnet for intel agencies from around the world. And
yes.
One of the things we learned after you started opening the books is that they were exerting influence from within Twitter.
I mean, it was absurd.
Did you know that going in?
No. Since I've been a heavy Twitter user since 2009, it's sort of like I'm in the matrix. I mean, I can see like do things feel right? Do they not feel right? What tweets am I being shown as recommended? I get a feel like what accounts are making comments. Where are the comments eerily similar?
Yeah.
And then you look at the account, and it's just obviously a fake photo, and it's just obviously a bot cluster
Yes.
over and over again. So I started to get like just more and more uneasy about the Twitter situation. I was starting to feel like something's wrong in the state of Denmark here. There's something feels wrong about the platform. It seemed to be just drifting in a. I couldn't place it exactly. Just it felt like it was drifting in a bad direction. So then I was like. And my conversations with the board and management seem to confirm my intuition about that. But basically, I was convinced these guys do not care about fixing Twitter, and I had a bad feeling about where I was headed based on the conversations I had with them. So then I was like, you know what, I'll try acquiring it and see if acquiring it is possible. Now, I didn't have enough cash to acquire it, so I would need support from others.
God, I love this. This is extremely my shit. Turns out, I still like watching Elon Musk be a fucking bumbling baboon on camera. Elon Musk's the living, breathing personification of the idea that meritocracy is a lie. Okay. The concept of meritocracy is absolutely dumpstered, eviscerated when you take one look at Elon Musk talk about anything, okay? Like, this man supposedly runs companies, okay? All he's doing is tweeting. The shittiest memes. Everything he said right now is a lie. About how he's like, oh man, I really wanted to make sure, I saw free speech is under attack. That's why I bought it. It's just a lie. Tucker Carlson, of course, is supposed to call him out, but he won't because he's a pussy. He's a bitch. But he's not even doing PR that well. Like, think about it. Think about purchasing Twitter for $44 billion and then trying to justify that decision. You got owned. You got fucking so super omega owned. You got super duper owned. There's no way you can do PR around that. That's it.
From some of the existing investors, I would also need like a lot of debt, and so it wasn't clear to me whether an acquisition would succeed, but I thought I would try. And ultimately, it did succeed. Anyway, here we are.
But when you got there and all of a sudden you own it and all the data on the servers belongs to you. And
it belongs to the people in my view, but yes.
But you can see what it is, and you can
Yes.
see what they've been doing, and you can see who's been working there. You were shocked to find out that various intel agencies were affecting its operations?
The degree to which various government agencies had effectively had full access to everything that was going on Twitter blew my mind. I was not aware of that.
Would that include people's DMs?
Yes. Yes, because the DMs are not encrypted. So one of the things that we're about to release is the ability to encrypt your DMs.
That's pretty heavy duty, though, because a lot of well-known people, reporters talking to their sources, government officials, the richest people in the world, they're DMing each other. And the assumption, obviously, it was incorrect, but was that that's private, but that was being read by various governments?
Yeah, that seems to be, yes.
Yeah, and I gave all of that access to Matt Taibbi, whom I no longer like and have unfollowed. Tucker should ask if they're still doing it and then watch him fucking tap dance so that Tucker can also turn around and tap dance on his dick like he's been doing this entire time.
It's scary.
Yes, it is. Like I said, we're moving to have the DMs be optionally encrypted. I mean, there's like a lot of DM conversations which are, just chatting with friends. It's not important.
Of course.
It's hopefully coming out later this month, but no later than next month, is the ability to toggle encryption on or off. So if you are in a conversation you think is sensitive, you can just toggle encryption on, and then no one at Twitter can see what you're talking about. They could put a gun to my head and I couldn't tell. I couldn't. That's sort of the gun to the head test. If somebody puts a gun to my head, and can I still not see your DMs? That's the acid test.
Yes.
And that's how it should be if you want your.
Have you had complaints from various governments about doing this?
I haven't had direct complaints to me. I've had sort of like some indirect complaints. I think people are a little concerned about complaining to me directly in case I tweet about it. They're like, uh-oh. So they're sort of trying to be more roundabout than that. I mean, if I got something that was unconstitutional from the U.S. government, my reply would be to send them a copy of the, First Amendment, and just say like, what part of this are we getting wrong?
You have a lot of government contracts.
What part of this are we getting wrong? Please tell me.
I mean, it's no, I'm just saying, but you're kind of exposed in your other businesses. So this is just in case our viewers aren't following this. This is not. You're not just like a journalist taking a stand on behalf of the First Amendment. You're a guy with big government contracts, giving the finger to the government. Do you think Twitter will be as central to this presidential campaign as it was in the last several?
I think it will play a significant role in elections, not just domestically, but internationally.
I haven't covered Matt Walsh's hacked Twitter account yet, but there's a lot more spiciness than just his Twitter account. It seems that the hackers actually accessed his emails and have access to 20 years of emails from Matt Walsh. And the journalists who actually covered the story and found the hacker and contacted the hacker and talked to the hacker got banned off of Twitter today. So that stuff is pretty wild. There's a lot to that story. I will get to it in a little bit. So yeah. Have you talked about Moonbin yet? I just got Get. What the fuck is Moonbin? Is that like a cryptocurrency? What is that? It's a K-pop guy? A K-pop idol passed away? What? No, why would I talk about that? Rest in peace to Moonbin. What? But bro, Chatter came in here like and literally was like, "Oh, I hope I didn't miss you talking about Moonbin." Like as though this is something that I would talk about? Like what the fuck? I don't even know who or what that is. Terrible K-pop stands are insane. Wait, what are they gonna do? Get mad at me? I said rest in peace. I don't even know who this person was. I mean, that's pretty sad when like a young person fucking dies. Why would I be like pro that? You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking freak. Have you voted for the Trash Taste Awards? You were nominated 7 times for what? You did not show enough grief. K-pop fans are drone striking your house now. Fucking take me out of my misery. Ay. This Tucker Carlson interview sucks. It's like worse than I thought it was going to be.
The goal of new Twitter is to be as fair and even-handed as possible. So not favoring any political ideology, but just being fair at all.
Why doesn't Facebook do this? I know that Zuckerberg has said, and I take him at face value, that he, I do actually in this way, that he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but he, like, why wouldn't a company like that take the stand that you have taken, which is pretty rooted in American traditional political custom, for free speech?
My understanding is that Zuckerberg spent $400 million in the last election, nominally in a get-out-the-vote campaign, but really fundamentally in support of Democrats. Is that accurate or not accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Does that sound unbiased to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Mark Zuckerberg famously loves liberalism in general. Dude, what are you talking about? Look at results, man. I thought you were a results-oriented motherfucker. Literally the most right-wing website. Still worse than Twitter. Like, Twitter looked at Facebook and was like, how can we be more like Facebook? He's just jealous. He's on Tucker Carlson's show trying to talk shit about Mark Zuckerberg and be like, oh, he's actually a liberal. Please don't use his platform if you want to do right-wing conspiracies. Please use mine instead. Don't use his platform to do Nazi pedophile stuff. Twitter is now the #1 Nazi pedophile website. I will unban you as long as you say you were unjustifiably banned because of libtards. Libtards, I say. 9gag. Omega Troll, epic. Epic meme. I did it. Please. Look at my deformed penis.
So you don't see hope that Facebook will approach this as a non-aligned arbiter? You've allowed Donald Trump back on Twitter. He hasn't taken you up on your offer because he's got his own thing.
Right.
Do you think he will go back on Twitter?
Well, that's obviously up to him. My job is to, I take the freedom of speech just very seriously. So it's I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I actually voted for Biden. Not saying I'm a huge fan of Biden, because I think that would probably be inaccurate. But we have difficult choices to make in these presidential.
He unironically loves Elon Musk. No, he doesn't. There's 0% chance. No, he just loves whatever fucking 12-year-olds love. Okay, he's like, oh man, dude, he's so funny, dude.
Elections. It's not.
No shot. I don't even fucking believe that. I don't even believe that he loves Elon Musk. No
I would
fucking
prefer,
shot.
frankly, that we put someone, just a normal person, as president. Yep. A normal person with common sense, and whose values are smack in the middle.
I swear, last year you were sucking off Elon so hard. You mean when I had his baby mama on the broadcast and directly shit on him with his baby mama Grimes on the broadcast? Is that, you think I was sucking Elon Musk off last year when I had the mother of 2 of his children on this broadcast sitting right there? Bro, Chatter's living a totally different universe. You know what I mean? Like, my haters live in a different plane of existence. They're like, sorry, my bad. I actually just did a astral projection into your fucking planet. And I was just thinking about the other universe that I came from, where you were actually sucking off Elon Musk last year. Might be
all of the country, just center of the normal distribution, and I think that would be great. I think we have made maybe being president.
So the headline.
Twitter was absurdly overstaffed. Elon Musk tells Tucker his trajectory is depressing as hell. Things are getting weird fast. I don't even want to watch this. I don't know what's going on here. The Florida legislature is kidnapping a bunch of non-binary and trans kids today. They refuse to let them out, and they refuse to let the parents get it to them. We are officially there, folks.
The parents are here. They're withholding them from the parents illegally.
No shot. No fucking shot. There's no way. This is like a misrepresentation. The police were right there preventing the parents from getting their children. What happened? This has to be like some. This has to be like some level of like it's.
So where we are right now is actually the gallery of the House of Representatives in the Florida State Capitol. So if you go in through these doors, it's actually the gallery where we're allowed to be as citizens and constituents. Kidnappers! 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 Parents are here. There's one of them. Parents are here. There's another guardian. There you go. I believe the youngest one is like 12, and the youngest one's 12.
Florida legislature accused of kidnapping trans kids after defiant protests. We are officially there. A video was recorded. Let them go. And it is explained in the video that the children were being held behind a door in the House of Representatives gallery. Kyle is heard narrating the situation as it unfolded. There are parents here. They are withholding them from the parents illegally. The legislature has debated a number of laws which seek to crack down on trans rights, including... Well, what the fuck? When you scroll, it just changes colors. I had no idea. Okay, that's random. Sorry. ADHD. Parents and their children were at the House of Representatives at the state capitol protesting against SB 254. During the session, a number of protesters, adults and children, threw underwear on the lawmakers in the gallery with messages, "Not your business," and "Leave my jailers alone." Speaking of Pink News, Kyle explained to those who threw the underwear were detained, including the youngsters. Parents and the guardians have said minors were not allowed to enter, which is illegal. He said they withheld children who were queer from their parents. Kyle added that one person was arrested during the incident for disturbing the peace. The footage comes as parents of trans children are facing increasing concern. That's pretty funny. I like that. That's like a funny way to protest an otherwise like incredibly disastrous thing that the Republican Party is doing. But yeah, it seems like they were detained. The protesters, including some of the children, were detained. Like during the duration of this protest, right? When people say kidnapped, my immediate suspicion is they did the thing that like Texas said that they were going to do. Like Child Protective Services are called. They forcibly separate you from your parents because you're trans, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's what I thought was going on. Also, I don't know if I want these fucking perverts in the Republican House to, have access to my underwear, but that's different. It's probably new anyway. SB 254 has been controversial from the moment it was introduced for its ban on life-saving trans healthcare because it stipulates that Florida courts could remove trans children from supportive homes. Yeah. So the bill that they're protesting is literally that. The bill that they are protesting, understandably, is actually exactly what I'm saying. Like, this, like the way that this was covered, the way that this was like mentioned is not actually what happened, but the bill that they're advocating for is that. More of a, yeah, I guess an illegal detainment. Latest version of the bill in the Florida House of Representatives website no longer appears to contain such measures. During Tuesday, Republican Randy Fine, a sponsor of the bill, reportedly said there is evil in this world and we face it here today. Yeah, Randy Fine is right. The evil is him. Newsweek quoted him as saying SB 254 would make it illegal to do certain medical treatments on children that are the result of amputating perfectly good body parts. What the fuck? Dude, that is such a fucking weird way to say anything, really. Perfectly good body parts? What the fuck? Like, you're literally talking about, like, children's genitals in your weirdo mind, which, by the way, is not the case anyway. Like, they're lying. That's not happening anyway. But, like, in his mind, he's talking about children's perfectly good body parts. That's really weird. Earlier this month, human rights group Equality Florida issued an unprecedented warning for LGBTQ travelers planning to visit the Sunshine State. So they were detained for protesting a bill that would allow them to be detained for being trans? Yes. Not detained, straight up removed from their families. That's some freak shit, straight up. All right.
And here so far is that before Elon Musk bought it, Twitter wasn't so much a social media site as a honey trap operated by global intelligence agencies, including our own. One of the very
Yeah, I hate when I'm honey trapped by the FBI or the CIA to fucking go and do January 6th over and over again. Watch the clip of XUC glazing Elon. He's not trolling. Wait, no shot. Show me the clip of XUC glazing Elon. Holy fuck. That's his worst take. Absolute worst take. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what's up with XUC, but I'll tell you this much. Not being on Twitch for like the past 3 days with the exception of Monday. I did not need to think about XUC at all. I did not have a single thought of XUC in my mind. It was pretty awesome. When you're on the platform, my chat immediately is like, bro, you got to fucking look at XUC. This is what he said. This is what he said. This is what he did. This is what he did. And like, honestly, my life was pretty good without thinking about these sorts of things. You know what I mean? I don't know. He uses a lot of bad takes. He just says like a lot in between bad takes because he's always talking. Yeah.
Good.
I think he know. I genuinely think that he knows what he's talking about. I genuinely feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like he knows definitely what he's talking about. It's just hard when he translates information to normal people. When it's dumbed down, it doesn't sound as good.
No, that's not true at all. Dude, it's funny. No, XQC thinks Elon is just like me for real in his mind. And he's like, oh, I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. And it's like, I can't easily and clearly communicate those thoughts, especially as I'm trying to dumb down some of those thoughts for the average idiot to understand. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. I would go so far as to say XQC is probably smarter than Elon Musk in many respects. Yes, I'm not even kidding. Okay? 100%. Toenail eater, XQZ, probably smarter than Elon Musk. You can say no shot all you want, man. No, this man has billions of dollars of PR working for him. That's why you have this idea that he's Tony Stark. That's why you think he's like building fucking spaceships and shit. How? How do you look at what Elon Musk has done and how he has operated? Elon Musk and XQC operate. Elon Musk operates like XQC after a 17-hour bender. Okay? Elon Musk's normal, his neutral gear is basically the same as when this toenail eater is melting down after a 17-hour stream. Okay? Think about it. Think about the actions that he's taken since he bought Twitter, since he was forced to buy Twitter. Please.
I think it's good, but he definitely does though.
I think,
Chat.
and we should.
I think he know. I genuinely think that he knows what he's talking about. I genuinely feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like he knows definitely what he's talking about. It's just hard when he translates information to normal people. When it's dumbed down, it doesn't sound as good. I think it's good, but he definitely does though.
I think being a decent communicator of science is a difficult endeavor. Some people are very good at it. Bill Nye, Carl Sagan, and the like. Others are dickheads about it. Neil deGrasse Tyson, but still relatively decent, even though they're pompous. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is not a scientist nor a science communicator. Shut up. You don't sound smart. I don't sound smart at all because I am not smart. I'm a dumb guy, which I routinely admit. I say it so much. It's very weird that even my biggest haters have not accidentally stumbled across a time frame on my stream where I say I'm a dumb guy. That's the difference between me and Elon Musk. I know that I'm a dumb guy. I say that I'm a dumb guy all the time. Elon Musk, on the other hand, also a dumb guy, doesn't say that he's a dumb guy. Everyone will get mad at me because I said he's a dumb guy because no matter what happens, he has a lot of money. And a lot of money means, oh my God, he's really smart. Okay, so does XQC. XQC has a lot of money. I have a lot of money. Does that make me any smarter than you or your dad? Maybe. But not particularly. My brother builds actual spaceships. Okay, that's his job. Significantly smarter than me. Doesn't make a fraction of the money I make. There you go. He is a literal rocket scientist. Not like Elon Musk, like an actual rocket scientist, okay? Legitimately builds the rockets and designs them. He is brilliant. He's super smart. Much, much smarter than me. Much, much smarter than me. Okay? Stop feeling like the amount of money that a person makes means that they're actually smart. You can't shake the false notion of meritocracy whenever you think about billionaires. No matter what happens, even if you are like a rugged socialist or, someone who claims that they are not capitalist or someone who thinks that they're progressive, no matter what happens, the lie, the myth of meritocracy is always in the back of your mind. That's what's guiding you to think Elon Musk deserves the position that he's in. He actually did something right. He played it right. He played it smart. He worked smart and he worked hard. Not the case. He got real lucky. And then he has a shit ton of propaganda dollars working to legitimize that position because he is a single-handedly a representation, the human face of capitalism. If you recognize that those at the tippy top are fucking stupid, you're going to start realizing that the meritocracy thing is just completely made up. Okay?
The first things Elon Musk did was fire all the spies who worked at Twitter. Then he fired a lot of other people too, including the entire PR department, the HR department, and a lot of other useless baggage who weren't helping the company do anything worth doing. And what happened next? We asked him.
Meant a shrinking pie, obviously, for most of the traditional media companies, and made them more desperate to get clicks, to get attention, and it just made them when they're in sort of a desperate state, they will then tend to really push headlines that get the most clicks, whether those headlines are accurate or not. So it's resulted, in my view, I think most people would agree, a less truthful, less accurate news. Because they just got to get a rise out of people. And I think it's also increased the negativity of the news because I think we humans instinctually respond more to I think we have an instinctual negative bias, which kind of makes sense in that, like, if like, let's say, like, it's more important to remember where was the lion or where was the tribe that wants to kill my tribe than where is the bush with berries.
Yes.
Like, one's like a permanent negative outcome, and the other is like, well, I might go hungry. So, meaning like there's an asymmetry in sort of involved asymmetry in negative versus positive stuff. And also historically, the negative stuff would have been quite proximate, like it would have been near, represented a real danger to you as a person if you heard negative news. Because historically, like a few hundred years ago, we're not hearing about what negative things are happening on the other side of the world or on the other side of the country. We're hearing about negative things in our village. Things that could actually have a bad effect on you. Whereas now we're hearing about, the news very often seems...
I see why XG likes them. They talk exactly the same, pretty much. English is his first language, by the way. So, like, I don't know why the fuck... At least XQC is like, Quebec or French, right? Like, this motherfucker's first language is English. What's going on here?
Seems to attempt to answer the question, what is the worst thing that happened on Earth today?
The funniest part about this is, like, at least like Jordan Peterson and all these like fucking podcast bros, they are decent orators. Yes, they ramble incessantly, endlessly on dumb shit. They make it seem like they're pondering on things that, you kind of intrinsically understand, but they make it seem like there's confusion there. Like women working side by side, men in the workplace. Like, well, we don't know. We don't know if it'll work well. It's like, yeah, we do, man. What the fuck? We're aware, right? Elon can't even do that. He just can't. He's not even skilled enough as an orator to be able to deliver the dumb, banal bullshit as though it's like super thought-provoking. In the same way that Jordan Peterson can, at least. You know what I mean? All these guys do is basically signal at a different frequency that it's almost like a dog whistle for the dumbest dudes on the planet. Okay? For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when these motherfuckers talk, the dumbest people go, oh, brilliant. Fucking brilliant, dude. Oh my God, he's so good.
And you wonder why you're sad after reading that,
Do you read any legacy media outlets?
I really get most of my news from Twitter at this point. It is the number one news source, I think, in the world.
It is. It is, unfortunately, and you fucking ruined it. God, the trending tab is so dog shit. He took the trending tab and just eviscerated it, dude. Put his fucking weirdly shaped penis all over that goddamn trending tab. No, Twitter is profoundly important in news aggregation. I use it as a primary resource. And now my primary resource for news and content aggregation has turned into a sequence of like Fight Haven videos where it's like equal rights and equal left for this bitch. And it's like always a woman getting absolutely destroyed by like a group of dudes just getting fucking pummeled on. Like, I don't want to see that. Or like, you know, this traffic stop turned into a gunfight. Is it because you engage with that shit? No, man. I don't engage with any of that shit.
World at this point.
What percentage of your staff did you fire at Twitter? One of the great business stories of the year.
I think we're about 20% of the original size.
So 80% left.
Yes.
Here, you want to hear something funny? This is going to be an unpopular thing to mention because Twitter is supposed to represent liberalism. But this very same man, Tucker Carlson, quite literally said, I would rather make it illegal for technology and technological innovations to make driverless trucking because you would be firing a gigantic swath of the worker base in this country and then they would kill themselves. But remember, when it's Twitter and it's like the they, them, non-binary, gay libtards working at Twitter, when they get fired, Tucker's like, haha, profound business decision. No, it's bullshit jobs. It's just a job. It's bullshit. Most jobs are bullshit. Okay?
So
I mean, a lot of people voluntarily.
sure, but it's 80% are gone from the day you took
That's
over.
correct. Yes.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
It turns out you don't need all that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. I mean, if you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization, and you're not.
Bitch, there are components that you fired that actually were working the goddamn site. That's why the site fucking falls apart pretty much every fucking week. That's why the trending tab is completely gone. You literally reduced some of the functions of the website. Why is no one being like, okay, let's talk about the trending tab? Okay, that was a component of the website. You have now relegated that to the algorithms. That's why whatever is always, it's also fucking dumbass cryptocurrency trending on my trending tab. Like, you took away a lot of components. Search is broken, yeah. Search also is broken. Moderation is dog shit. Like, these are important. These are important components of a website that you just took down. So there are certainly elements of the website that he made worse. Your selfie pic doesn't even show on your timeline for me, but the tweet is still there. Anyway.
Care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, turns out.
How many others, without naming names, but how many, I had dinner with somebody who runs a big company recently who said, I'm really inspired by Elon. And I said, the free speech stuff? He goes, no, the firing the staff stuff. Yeah. How many other CEOs have come to you?
Dude, this is what I'm saying. It's like, Big Homie is like talking about firing people with glee and talking to other wealthy business owners who want to fire their staff with glee.
To talk about this.
I spend a lot of time at work, so it's not like I'm meeting with.
This is not the workings of a man who is pro-worker, I would say, you know? But we knew that already. But still, it's like if you're pro worker, if you're pro business, why the fuck are you like, excited at the prospect of like another rich guy that you were talking to who was equally excited at like fucking firing 80% of their workforce? You know? So weird. I thought this guy loved, labor rights, labor protections, working. Like if Elon was talking about the top of the hour ad break and how he loves serving it, I would laugh. I would be gleeful in my coverage of it because I love serving it to you at the top of the hour. And then I love telling you that if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5, or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of that. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, we're going to talk about this in a second. The Wired journalist banned from Twitter for reporting on hack of anti-trans activist Matt Walsh. The Raging Hoppa, thank you for the 10 gift the subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. B Dabio, thank you for the 5 get the subs, allowing 15 total people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Also, Elon literally fucking fired all these people. Bro, even the app has you in their mind free. Wait, what? Kick.com. So this is where that 50-50 is going. Louis Vuitton Everyday Crew Neck, Stone Island, Gabardine Cargo Pant, Custom Air Forces, banning your streamer, number one streamer, Priceless, Custom DX Racer, Hassan Piker Briefs resale. I mean, that's a pretty funny meme, not gonna lie. It's like weird that they're, they added me onto it, but Savage Enough at Mr. Beast. Bro, Train, even on the memes, you're his favorite streamer, bro. It ain't weird. I just don't, dude, I am literally, I'm definitely not the number one streamer on the platform, but I am the number one streamer on the minds of like all of these motherfuckers. I swear to God. But it is funny. This is a funny, tweet. Weird that I'm always catching strays.
With lots of people, they see what actions I've taken, but I think we just had a situation at Twitter where it was absurdly overstaffed. So it wasn't you look at say like what does it really take to operate Twitter? Most of what we're talking about here is a group text service at scale. Like how many people are really needed for that? And if you look at you say like, what has been the product development over time with Twitter? And you're like, years versus product improvements, and it's like a pretty flat line. So what are they doing? It took a year.
Okay, so why do you need a CEO then? Why is he there? To be fair, he did fire the CEO, which was kind of based. I mean, that's definitely like, a person that's just like eating away at the funds for no fucking particular reason.
To add an edit button that doesn't work most of the time. I mean, I feel like there's a comedy situation here, You're not making cars, It's very difficult to make cars or get rockets to orbit. So, the real question is like, how did it get so absurdly overstaffed? This is insane. So
you also earn more than 80 to 90% of people in the world that mine. We should have to hate you. You also earn more than 80 to 90% of people in the world that mine. We should have to hate you. Wait, what? I'm confused. You're crying over Twitter topic from like 6 months ago. Just delete Twitter, dude. You just clearly don't understand algorithm. Just delete Twitter, dude. You sound so dumb and cringe because every second person is saying same. Do something different. Just don't watch, dude. You are just burn your blood. Change topic. Don't burn your blood, buddy. What does burn your blood mean? Why are you so mad? You guys only talked about Twitter since the day Elon bought it. Yeah, he's been coming in here defending Twitter. It's basically Prime membership of Twitter. It seems like you're mad, brother, not me. Time to take your meds, chatter. Mr. Twitter Prime member.
Than ever, we've increased the responsiveness of the system by, in some cases, over 80%. We're trying to make Twitter the most trusted place on the internet, the least untrustworthy place on the internet. I don't think anyone should trust the internet, but maybe we can make Twitter the least untrustworthy. Like I said, try to get the truth to the people as best we can.
When Elon Musk
Bro, I can't watch the rest of this. I thought there was some good shit in here. It's so whack. Here, we'll just show this part. Any guesses as to what Elon means by civilization here? I have one.
The urge to have sex and to procreate is, after breathing and eating, the most basic urge.
Yeah.
How has it been subverted?
Facts.
Well, it's just in the past we could rely upon simple limbic system rewards
Yes.
in order to procreate. But once you have birth control and abortions and whatnot, now you can still satisfy the limbic instinct, but not procreate.
Yeah, totally. That's why back in the day, people were not doing any birth control whatsoever. There were famously no abortions. Bro, abortions have basically just like medicalized something that has been happening for a very long time. Okay? The notion that people don't want to fuck no more is not true. They just don't want to fuck you, Elon. That's why you have to offer people horses after showing them your weird ass shaped penis.